But we're live.
Yeah, man, this is good.
Yeah. So, in case you guys didn't get the memo, my the reason there's probably not going to be an episode today is because my computer decided it's time to go and we lost everything on this computer. And so what was originally
Oh
episode
man.
3 is now gone to the pages of history, and this will be episode 3. For those of you just finding this channel, we are Booze, Desserts, Smoke and Meats. I am the Meat Viking. My co-host over here, Mr.
Of
Pork-loin or Dr. Chef Hubs. He goes by both. So, some good news though is our wonderful commission artist finally gave us our new piece, and it is everything I could have asked for. Such talent. And I'm just so happy that, things are finally starting to come together with this. And I feel like we're making our baby steps to finally get to where we want to be.
Now, did we talk about how we got this picture? Did you mention that in episode 2, or was that in
Yeah,
episode 3?
episode 2.
It was episode 2. So yeah, so people should already know about the crazy story behind you
Yeah.
asking for our logo here.
Yeah.
But to give a quick recap, you essentially just, wasn't it the friend of the wife's and kind of like, hey, I'm just looking for some type of picture and I want you to draw it to me. And she was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Yeah. So not even a direct friend of the wife's, friend of the wife's friend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I pretty much just was like, yo, how much for you to draw me a donut with a ball gag? And after all the awkwardness was set aside, here we are and we have our lovely new artwork. And I'm so happy with it.
Can you share your screen so that we can see that? You
Um,
got that pulled up, or are you gonna do that as kind of like a cut in and be
let,
like blue screen? Hey, here it is.
I can't pull it up on my screen. However, I will edit it in the video and we'll have it pop up right
Fire right.
here.
Okay. Hey man, that's cool.
And it'll be our new logo for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and wherever other podcasts are. If you see this logo, you know you're in the right spot.
Yeah. Well, you know what we could do with this logo too then is then have it part of our intro,
Yep.
like before we start everything, just have that as it brings up as like a, hey, we're starting in 5, 4, whatever. Boom,
Yep.
you got yourself a donut with a ball gag on it.
And I think I think I'm down for that.
But man, talking about this thing though, like you sent me a picture of it and it's pretty cool. Like I totally enjoy the donut and the sprinkles. The sprinkles probably make it, to be honest with you.
And I think I agree with that. And just like shout out to her again. And we're gonna have links to her Facebook and her Instagram in the video. And I'm also gonna link it in all of our pages. But if you don't want to look through all of that, you can find her on Facebook or Instagram at ChaiCat, spelled ChaiCatte. And she does lovely artwork. If you just scroll through her page, you can kind of see some of the stuff she does. She's just got really, really talented artist, and I really love her art style. So I'm happy we were able to work with her and that she was cool enough to take such a, I'm sure, weird commission for random strangers, essentially.
Well, I mean, we'll have to ask her for some future stuff. I think we can have a pretty good relationship with her and say, hey, this is what I think we're looking for now.
Oh yeah,
I got a feeling, man, that we could put this on a freaking t-shirt.
I would love to see this on like a t-shirt or a hat.
I would wear this as a t-shirt, to be honest with you. And then to be honest with you, with another one is I got a feeling there's some extra designs that we can do
Oh yeah.
part of a t-shirt deal, and have that as, hey, you want to listen to the podcast, but you also want to support us,
Yep.
dude. Just support this donut in the ball gag.
Right.
So
Well, and there was another idea that you and I had pitched before we kind of decided donut and ball gag.
yeah,
And for those of you who don't know, if you ever order a ham or you go to like a meat market and you see the ham and it's got all that twine and wire wrapped around it, another idea that Professor Pork-loin and myself pitched to each other was, what if it was that, but in like a BDSM style where it was all like tied up in knots and stuff.
yeah,
Maybe have it like a stuffed apple in its mouth and then have like some googly eyes on that bitch. So
yeah. I think that would be pretty cool. And I almost feel like you should do the same thing, even though you kind of know this girl now. But I feel like you should just be like, look, I'm looking to have
yeah,
a pig all dressed up with some rope,
yep.
and
And
then see if she says anything for a couple days instead of being like, what the hell, man?
like I'm sure I'll do that and just be like, yo, hey, nah, I'm for real. Like we're pretty weird out here. So
But yeah, if I think I might know someone that can be a screener and put that on some apparel. So um, I'll have to talk to this person and see what some pricings would be on that one,
yeah.
because I think it would be pretty dope to rock that again, have that on the back of the shirt and just have
Oh,
BDSM.
yeah.
So
Or like those old I Heart New York shirts.
yeah,
Yeah, just like I Heart BDSM and on the back have the donut and the ball gag.
that's a pretty good idea too, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to spitball some of this stuff and figure out, where we're gonna go with some merch, because
Mhm.
I think if this gets even somewhat
Yeah.
attractive to some people, dude, that logo is awesome, and I would just wear that just because.
Right. Dude, I would have that on my morning coffee mug, just like a white mug with that. So,
So I think as we continue this channel, we can add more and add
oh,
more designs, because I got a feeling. I mean, I'm thinking of some right now of just how we can uh, add up to some different type of designs and where we can go with it.
right. Well, and also one thing we got to keep in mind too is if we do end up using uh, her artwork, because I want to continue working with her because she puts out amazing quality. But we also need to figure out if we do end up putting this on merchant, we need to figure out if there's an extra fee for doing that.
Well, yeah.
So, which I am 100% more than okay with. I just want to know that way I'm not like, cool, thank you for your art. We love it. Now we're going to send that out to the world without giving you any credit. It just feels wrong to me.
Well, so I guess that's kind of like the contract or whatever, because if you're purchasing, some type of work, obviously you already paid for it, or we paid for the work, that it's our logo now, or it's our picture.
Right.
That there's no anything. So because I've talked to a couple other people about that before, and this person was like, yeah, once when you pay me, or once when we set up whatever it is, and the deal is done, then I gave you all of my copyright, or I gave you everything with the final payment, or however you want to talk about it.
Huh.
And that they really don't have
Yeah.
any say as to what we do afterwards with it. So
Yeah.
but I mean, if we're going to do a multiple thing with this person, then I would like to at least see where the thoughts are on that one. So I'd get it,
Yeah.
but that's something that we would have to talk out with this chai cat. So.
Yeah. And if we do end up getting to the point where we're making our own merch and using her artwork, that is one of the goals that I would love to see. And I think it'd be great.
Yeah, and again, I guess it depends on really what the contract would be. Let's hypothetically say that this blows up and we start start using a bunch of merch and we're selling a bunch of it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, she would probably say, well, could I get a percentage of something for
Right.
your next round or whatever it would be? So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I think we can reach that bridge when we get there, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But so yeah, man, it's I'm pretty stoked for this logo. I'm pretty stoked for people to see it,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it'll be a nice little intro and some pretty good thumbnails that people can take a look on YouTube, and uh, it will be I think it's a pretty good addition, and I can't wait to keep on adding on to it.
Right. And it's like I had said earlier, I feel like getting some artwork that we can finally say, hey, this is ours. I think that's going to put some fire under us to iron ourselves out more, figure out what we really want to do and be. And honestly, like, I can't thank the Chai Cat enough, because this is kind of a way to stoke that fire, if you will.
Yeah, and get her some recognition too.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm super happy with it, super excited, and it feels good. And sometimes when something just feels good, you got to go with it.
I think I'm going to take a look at her right now. So
Yeah, she's got some really
yeah,
good
she got
artwork.
some really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
But
man. So what do you think about some future stuff? You have any ideas, or you have any things that you want to kind of bring out right now?
I would like to find a way, because sometimes this conversation feels like it's just me and you, which I'm okay with. But if we could find a way to make our comment sections in our videos, or just find a way to get the people who listen to us and our fans, maybe they submit a recipe and we just randomly pick through one and we cook that or something, and we talk about stuff like that. I think that'd be an interesting thing to get into.
I do it. Sure. If
Yeah.
someone gave me a recipe, I'd say let's try it.
Yeah. Um,
I think what we could do to start out before, as we start getting people to really like this, is we can just find a recipe for ourselves and just
mhm,
say, hey, let's give this a shot and see what
right.
the hell happens.
And along that same vein, too, is I'd like to be like, because I like mixing drinks. I like trying new drinks, finding things that I like, and then sharing that with other people. For instance, a successful whiskey that I found out about is a brand called Screwball. And they make a peanut butter whiskey.
Oh,
And
I've heard about that, man.
dude, it's so good. So good. It's one of those drinks that you can just drink it straight, and then you have like a shot of it, and you're like, that tastes exactly like peanut butter and happiness. And I was brought onto this at a bachelor party, and then I've shown Screwball to 3 or 4 other people, and it has become a drink that they always have in their house for a dessert whiskey, or just, hey, I'm gonna have a shot of something. Just do a shot of Screwball.
Yeah, my parents know. I don't think it's called Screwball, but they have someone that does peanut butter whiskey as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to ask them what's the company name, or what's the liquor name, because they were telling me the same thing, that they love it. It
Yeah.
tastes good, and they do peanut butter and jelly shots all the time with it, and
Ooh.
um, that it's one of those. Yeah, so you get some Chambord, and
Mm-hmm.
you layer it out. It just tastes like a PB and J, man. And if you love PBJs, there's your great way of getting alcohol and PBJ into it.
I do love me some peanut butter and jellies. So,
So, you have any other views on, or visions on where you want to take this?
so essentially, I just want to create a place with this. Not so much about taking it anywhere, but we're just people 30 minutes a day, they can take their mind off of all the dumb shit that's going on in the world and just sit and enjoy a conversation about two dudes talking about food, drinks, smokes and desserts. And then maybe from that takeaway, they find something that they enjoy, you know?
Okay. I got a vision on what we can do, or somewhere where I think we can take it is bring some other people on too.
Yeah.
Like I think if we can get another person as a guest speaker, or someone that maybe um, does way more barbecue or does a lot of smoke stuff or
Mhm.
whatever it is, and have them come on. It might be a little bit of a longer episode at that point, but
Right.
just to shoot the shit with them and ask them and say, hey, man, here's our theme for today.
Yeah.
You are an expert in it, so let's just pick your brain on it.
Yeah. And I
So I think that will definitely kind of give us some extra oomph to this as well.
I agree. And I think that is something that I know two people who would be willing to do that. It's just a matter of I don't know if they have the technology to kind of work with us with how our setup is.
Oh man, all they'd have to do is just download the app and then be able to put in the password.
Right.
People can do it from their phones.
Well, then maybe we might be able to make something work like that.
Yeah, I don't see why that would be a problem, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So you'll have to reach out to those people and say, hey, look, this is the platform that we're using to record.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it on a cell phone. You can do it on a laptop. If you have a desktop PC with a microphone, that works too.
Yeah.
And then see if they'd be willing to hop on. And then at
Yeah.
that point, it's more of just, when's the schedule working? Is the normal time that we do this work for them,
Yeah.
or is it going to be, maybe on a Wednesday instead, something like that.
Right. And scheduling is kind of one of the issues that I have with my day job. I could go into work and be like, oh, hey, I should have an 8 hour day today, and then be getting off work 12 to 13 hours later.
Yeah. So I would think if we do it maybe during our normal time,
Mm-hmm.
that people shouldn't be too
Right.
crazy with some plans, but we could always just say, hey, this time in 2 weeks,
Yep.
you're gonna, so they can plan it out for it. So I think
Yeah.
that's where it would be a really nice addition to this little conversation that we have between the two of us.
I agree. I agree. You know, we've been kind of talking about some long term goals right now, but one thing that we brought up in the episode that got deleted is that you and I had some ideas for a Halloween style episode.
We did, yeah, and I think we could still do that. I think that
Mhm.
can be episode 4,
Yes.
because you figure we can get that going um, next round,
Hmm.
and that would be perfect just to set up for the Halloween special that we got going on. So
So if anybody's out here listening to this, give us a shout out. Give us a Halloween style drink, a Halloween style thing that you would just bring to a party, whether it be a main dish, an appetizer, or a dessert, and let us know what you like to do. We had also talked about dressing up for that episode, and I can confidently say most of my costume has appeared already.
okay, all right, man.
So, for those of you who are subscribed to this, I have a special treat for you when we do our Halloween episode. So, you'll have to look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can get mine too. I'll have to look, and if I can get that delivered, or if I can find it somewhere. Maybe Walmart might even have it, to be honest with you. Like I wouldn't need anything fancy,
No.
but
Yeah,
that
worst
would be
case scenario, dude, you could just go like 70s motor cop. You have the mustache.
yeah, I got the stash, but I mean, I still think um, Nacho
Not
Libre
sure. Yeah.
would just be, and all I'd have to do is just have the mask and have a
Mhm.
little cape,
Yep.
you know. So that would be. We'll see what we can get with that one.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so we got some pretty good ideas for what's going to be happening in the
Mhm.
next couple shows, and even later on.
Yeah. And, everybody, I just want to take a second and just give an amazing shout out to everybody who's been a huge supporter of us. Words really can't describe how thankful I am for seeing the growth that we're seeing. And we love you. Like, whether you're a friend, a family, or just somebody who we haven't even met yet, just by being you and letting me and Professor Pork-loin be able to see this grow, it's something that we never thought we would see.
Yeah, and we're still fairly young right now, but
Oh,
as we get in, I hope that it keeps on growing and that there are more people that find this as some type of interesting thing. Again, yeah, where you said maybe a half hour, 45 minutes out of their day to start going, hey, that's pretty funny, or that's a pretty good idea.
yeah.
So,
I don't think
and then
there's
I
enough
think,
left in
yeah,
the world right now, and I think that's what people need.
yeah, I think so too.
If you can have a good laugh and maybe get inspired to do something new for your dinner or anything, I think that's a great takeaway to have from something like this.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
So, but cool, man. Well, we got anything else going on or anything else that we'd like to chat about?
um, I can't think that I have anything else to chat about.
Well, I think that kind of covered a lot of the stuff that we wanted to go over for today. The only thing I guess is just showing the artwork and just
Yep,
getting that going.
which we will do that again right here. And like I said, this will be our Spreaker account. I'm going to change that so it'll have the new artwork there, our Instagram, our Twitter, our Facebook. For those of you who don't know, we are on all of those platforms. You can just find us, search booze, desserts, smoke, and meats. Look for this image right here. You know you're going to be in the right place.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we can start maybe even going for part of the Halloween special that we have. We can kind of talk about some of the stuff we talked about in episode 3 that
Yep.
was lost.
Yep.
And we could title it something like the lost the lost files or the spooky whatever.
Right.
I'll leave that up to you because you're the one that does all the crazy titles. But
Yeah.
I think that would kind of give us a little bit of some extra stuff to chat about because we've already kind of talked about it, but kind of getting back into, giving everybody what they missed for episode 3,
Right.
even though this is like 3.2,
Yeah.
the second episode of part 2.
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say is in episode 3, we had so many technical difficulties that pretty much the safe word was just, which was tacos that episode. I remember because
It was taco, yeah.
much that we named that episode Taco and Technical Difficulties because we didn't go 5-6 minutes without having an issue.
Oh man, yeah, it was issue up the butt like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, but hey, this one seems to be working pretty good. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we can chat just a couple things about that, and then we can figure out what we could do as a title for that one.
Yeah.
But we can mention the steaks and some of the desserts that I talked about.
Yep.
So we will focus on that for episode 4. Yeah, 4, man. You believe it? Episode 4 is coming up.
I know. I'm
So
happy with this. So.
yeah, because then you know what? We're gonna start thinking about a Thanksgiving Day special.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll talk about a Christmas special and then a New Year special. And
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we can do a lot of cool shit with what's coming up in the next couple months.
And I agree. And we might just have to work extra hard on the days that we record to double record an episode because of traveling, if traveling bans are lifted because of the world right now.
Yeah. Well, I know that I'm traveling for Thanksgiving, but I can bring my laptop and still we can talk about whatever.
Right.
But for Christmas, I'll be around. So I'm good for there, and even New Year's I'm good too. But we could probably double up on something like that, like do a Christmas New Year's episode or something like that.
Right. That'd be something fun. You know what we could do?
What's that?
Send each other a gift and we could open it on the Christmas episode.
Yeah, we could do that. That could be something cool.
Yeah. So I think that'd
All
be
right. Cool, man.
yeah.
Well, I think we got some pretty good ideas. I think we got some good forward motion on what we want to do for this
Mhm.
come in the next couple months.
Oh yeah.
So we can only hope that people are going to enjoy this as well, and that they feel that this would be something that they can listen to, and hopefully we can start getting some fandom stuff.
Dude.
I think that's going to be kind of cool. You know, if this gets, again, blows up even something where people are kind of happy about it,
Yep.
start getting some mail, start
Yep.
getting some people doing some fandom stuff. Like, geez, I'm all for it.
And like let us know in the comment section or just reach out to us on any of the platforms if you are interested in maybe some sort of t-shirt, coffee mug or something. Let us know and we'll work with you to figure out what we can do for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. So
So,
I think I have the title for this episode.
yeah, what's this title?
Thoughts and Thankfulness.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Mhm. So, 'cause it's we're be-
Episode 3. So, all right.
well, I think that's gonna call it for this one.
I think that will call it for this one too, man.
I've been the Meat Viking.
This is D Hubs, Dr. Chef Hubs, Professor Pork-loin, aka all of that. Signing off for tonight with episode 3.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Later.